Hi and welcome to Friday's live trading video. I'm actually going to be looking to get long here on the euro dollar. So I'm just going to put a unit in to start off with. Let's get this show on the road. Euro came up yesterday um, on the back of Trump's comments. So I've just gone long with one unit so far. Um, and there might be some follow through. And so we've had sort of divergences on the daily charts across a number of markets. And Euro's just done a pullback here early, so I've just put that first unit in. I've just gone long with the unit. I'm just looking at, yeah, I might as well get my second unit in at least anyway. So that's two units in. I'm looking at an hourly 200, which is up at 116.79. We're currently at 50 odd. As far as the stop's concerned, I'll pop a stop down at about 40. Yeah, about 40. So what I'm going to do though is I'll pop another unit in. So let's get a third unit in. So we've got enough units in here. That will do for now. This morning, but this may not be the only trade today. Sometimes you look at the markets, you think, yeah, they could get a bit sloppy. So we'll see how they go. I'll put the stops in a moment down at 116.40. So these markets could get a bit sloppy for a bit. So it could be that I have to, I end up having a couple of trades here yet today. So anyway, so that's those two units in, and I'll just get those stops in when I press pause. Hi, and I'm just back, and I've been stopped out on this euro dollar already. So I said that it might be a case of, with the price action, that might be a couple of attempts or trades here this morning. So the first trade is over for the time being. It's just rolled over here. The momentum was all right here this morning. I was looking for a push up to that hourly 200 up here. Could it be that I've just got nicked? Possibly. So we'll have to see though. But I'll keep on watching here this morning. So bring up the. I have got fresh swing trades in place now, so I'm not going to show you the account today, but the full account, should I say? So here's the three positions. So and there's the stop. So far, I've lost £355 there on that first trade. That was over relatively quickly, but I'll keep my eye on it, and we'll see how this turns around or plays out, should I say? Okay, just back, and I'm still sort of looking at this euro dollar thing, and it might still want to go, still come back up. It might do. It hasn't hit this hourly 20 yet, has it? The blue line down here, you can just about see it on your screen. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my toe back in the water with one unit. So I'm going to put that in because I'm still looking for this euro to go up. Actually, it could just be that my stop was maybe just in the wrong place. So I'll put that one in, but this time I'm just going to put that. I've put one unit in so far. I'm going to put a stop just the other side of that. So I'm going to put a stop down at, let's say, 34. So let's do that. Let's bring that up. 116.34. If we get a second close inside these 5-minute bands down here, then I'll put another unit in. So basically, what I'm looking for is some euro strength here this morning. So as I've said, we had Trump's comments yesterday evening, which sent the dollar down, and the other currencies pushed them stronger against the dollar, generally speaking. And then we've chopped around overnight. But I just want to see if we're going to have a secondary move or some sort of follow through yet to some degree or another on some of these markets. So I'm looking at just using excuses to get in. Now we do have this hourly 20, as I've said, which the euro may want to come down for. It's only 12 minutes past 8, so I've given that little bit of extra space now, haven't I? 34 down here is my stop. Right, okay, so it's fairly tight, but let's just see. And what I'm going to do though is if we get a second close inside these bands here on the 5, just going to start using these as excuses to start to put another unit in, and then we'll see from there. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, we've got a second close inside that 5-minute bands there, so there's the second unit in, and so 2 units long now on the euro dollar. So I may not have to put a third excuse me, unit in on this one. I put 3 units in last time, but we're in a better price down here this time. So I'm going to put the stop again down here at 34, and we'll see how we go. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, right, I have been stopped out again. 2 stops within the first, well, I don't know, how long have I been going here? About 40 minutes or so of trading. So I'm now already down 570 pounds. So not the best of days, mornings so far. But like I said early on, this could be a morning where there's going to be a couple of trades, or maybe more. So some days, you're literally just looking at, the one trade opportunity. But today I just had that feeling because of the price action here, it could be a bit sloppy. But I'm still looking at this and thinking, okay, there could still be another trade yet. So I'm gonna follow the same principle. Probably still gonna be looking to get long. So I'll be back in 2 secs. Okay, right, similar situations to earlier on. So I'm gonna dip my toe in the water at 41 now. So I'm not letting go of this leash just yet on this euro dollar. So I've put 1 unit in. We've only just closed back inside the bands here, so I'm going to wait for a second close and I'll put the second unit in. Okay, so and now all I have to really do is pop a stop down at 30. So let's just do that. I'll bring it over this time. I've only got 1 there. 1, 16, 30. So at the moment I'm just getting chopped today so far. But anyway, we'll see if this can hold. I'm still looking at this euro dollar thinking, okay, it's a bit choppy here on the intraday. I'm getting chopped up a little bit on the intraday stops, but let's see if it can hold this time, and if it can then start to work its way back up. So I've put the 1 unit in, 1 lot in. The last attempt was 2 lots. So interestingly, if I get the second lot in, all that's likely to happen, if it does work its way all the way back up to my 200 period moving average up here, is I'll just make back most of the loss. But I'll take that. Sometimes if you can't always turn a loss into a profit. You can if I put my foot down and put more units in, but as I've already took £570 loss on this account on those 2 trades, I'm happy to take another loss, but I'm not going to start increasing the position size even more just to try and turn a loss into a profit. So one thing that's where a lot of traders go wrong is that they just keep on increasing their position size, trying to make it all back and more, but then you have to bear in mind you might still be wrong, and if you're wrong again, then you're just going to compound those losses. So we're not doing that. It's all relatively tight stuff. So it's just a case of if it runs, then could there be a potential add-in? Yeah, it might be. But if it does run, then it may serve to do is to bring back the loss, which as far as I'm concerned is fine. Turning a losing day into a flat day or less of a losing day, I still think is fine. So I'll press pause for now. We'll come back to it. Okay, so we're back. We're getting a second close in, so I'm going to give it this, put the second unit in now. So there we go. Right, so I've just clicked on it. Yep, okay. So the second unit's in. I'm going to pop that stop down at 116.30 on that one as well. So we've got the 2 units in. Could I add at some point? Yes. We'll look at that. If the euro can start coming up, then we will look at adding into it. But for now, let's just see how it goes. If I get stopped out on this one, though, that could be me done as far as trading's concerned. I'm here with the guys in the trading room, but it could be that I can't trade anymore today if I'm completely wrong, and I've just had 3 stop out, 3 strikes, and I'm out potentially. So we'll see. I'll press pause now. Okay, just back. And so what's been happening here whilst I've had the mic switched off, or sorry, the recording switched off, is the euro dollar has come up a bit. So we can see that it has bounced. So that's the hourly chart. I've been talking to the guys about the potential to add another unit in. Now, bear in mind, it was down £570. I've taken the risk on this trade and the stops down at 116.30, and I've said, well, but so it's not a lot. It's only on those 2 units. So, but what I don't want to do is just keep on adding more and more exponentially, other than this trade itself. So, can we add another unit? Right. My stop at the moment is down at 116.30. If I move my stop up to 116.36, considering that I've got 2 units in, 2 lots, so that's actually on 6 pips on 2 units. So that gives me, I've just moved my stop up effectively 12 pips across the 2 units. If I added a unit in here at 46, 47 on this lower band, and then pop my stop down at 36 on that unit as well, so if I get in at, let's say, 47, stop at 36, that's only 11 pips. So I'm actually not, by adding another unit now, and because I've been able to move my stop up, I'm not adding any more risk than what I took with these 2 units when I just took this trade earlier on. So I am now going to, firstly, I'm going to move those stops up. So let's do that. Just move the tickets across. So you can see me doing that. Hurry up, Charlie, because it's coming down towards the target. So we'll move those stops up. I'm just doing this. There you go. So up to 36. Okay. And now as we come down to the lower bands, I don't know if this is going to work out, but it's just a good demonstration here of getting to a point where you can add another unit. Here we go. Right, there we go. Just added it here. So you can add another unit, but it's not actually costing you any more money than the original units you put in. I'll still lose, obviously, overall, but if this comes down, but I won't lose anything more than I would have done off those first 2 units I took back down here. Okay, so there we go, and I've now been able to put that 3rd unit in, and we'll see whether 16.36. Whether, if it does go up, I've now got a 3rd unit in, which gives me a bit more meat on the bone, doesn't it? We're going to still target that 200 up here if it does get up there today, but I'll probably leave a unit as well. I was talking to the guys about this. I'm in the live trading room here this morning. We'll probably still leave a unit, because I think if the euro is going to come up, if it is going to come up today, then there's the scope to still break higher here on the daily charts if it's going to. So I might as well leave a unit. If it gets up that far, I might as well. Okay, right, press pause for now. Okay, just back, and it's now 11:30. And just having a look at this euro dollar. So since we got it down here, since the add in was over here, wasn't it? So and I've been off down to the gym. I've just come back into the office here. I can see it came up, it got up to that little 8 AM pivot up there, and it's pulled back again. So we're going to have to continue to watch and see. So let's go back to the hourly chart. So it's just pinged up and down basically. So we wait and see what's going to happen. Momentum's turned, I must say. So momentum has waned a bit, but we'll have to see. So just sitting on it and wait and seeing. Yeah, nothing much more to do. We'll press pause for now. Okay, just back here, and we can see the euro has held overall. So let's go back to the 5-minute chart here. So while I was gone, it's pulled back and it's come back up again. This is the 5-minute chart, so we're back up at the morning's highs. The morning from meaning the mid-morning highs, not the overnight ones down or early ones from down here. So it's doing okay, and so remember we got those 3 units in now. So what I was just talking to the guys in the trading room here about was that we'll bank 2 of those 3 down up here at the 200. That's the target up there around about 76. If it can get up there, I don't need to do anything with stop losses at the moment. We've got stops at 36. There's nothing I can do with those. So if it can work its way up there, we don't know if it's going to yet, but if it can, we'll take 2 off there, and we'll leave the final one to run. So I always like when I do these videos to be able to get all out, but sometimes you think, oh no, I just can't justify doing that just for the sake of the video. So if it does go further, then I'll discuss with you at that point where we'd be looking to run, but potentially out to the daily charts and just run it well into the 117s, and if not into the 118s. So if it's going to have a run. So I've been looking at the euro and the pound and the likes for a while. They've been effectively down here near these lows. The scope is there for a bit more of a retracement, so we'll see about that. But anyway, for now, we're just got to see if it can even get to our target. But interestingly, the P&L's changed again. If I give you a now, I mean, obviously it's a bit meaningless because we're just in the trade at the moment, but it just goes to show you that how if you've got a conviction, first of all, this is our third attempt, then we had the ability to put that third unit in without actually adding to the risk, and this is where it currently is, just as I've just taken this screenshot. I've already identified 76 on the chart, 116.76 as a target, so we've already put a limit order for 2 of the units in there anyway. So if it does get up there, I should think, where are we at the moment, 60, yeah, we'll be back into black. It won't be a massively profitable day at that point, but if it was to continue to break out, then it could end up being a really nice profit. But I think the main thing from what's happened today is the education from it, is showing you, just having 2 losses and then how we've managed it and said, right, okay, 3 strikes and I'm out. So if the third trade hadn't worked out, that would have been it. So showing you that you've got to have that discipline to say, okay, right, no, enough's enough there. But also how to manage all of that as well. So we will come back to this as and when we get any more movement. Okay, just back, and we can see that the euro is very close to that target. I think we're about 3 pips away. 76.4. I got my order in at 76. So if it can get up there, that'd be, the orders are all there, as I went through earlier on. We can see the euros coming up here on the 5-minute charts. So if it can get up to that 76 area, then those orders will automatically get filled. Although it won't mean a massively profitable day because of the 2 prior losses, but it will show you, 1, risk to reward, and 2, how we managed to increase the position size without adding more risk. And in fact, that the euro, if it carries on going, it could end up being a really profitable trade, but it just won't all happen today because we're talking about holding on to a unit. Anyway, so we're very, very nearly there, and I'll come back to this in a moment. Okay, just back, and the euro dollar has indeed hit the first 2 targets. So let's bring up the trades here for the euro dollar today, and this goes down for me as one of the better videos, Friday videos, that I can put out, where you're seeing the trades, and it's not just a losing trade or a winning trade on a Friday. You're seeing me taking trades, managing the risk, and making decisions all around that. So I think it's a really good video to watch today. So we had those losses from this morning. We were down 570, and as it currently stands, we've just banked the two of those. So they just hit that target level there at 76. Plus with the open position, which I could close out any time, but we've moved our stops up to 116.40 actually in the room. I'm still in the room at the moment. It's 1:30, and we've got £160 of profit on paper if I wanted to close it out right now. But I'm not going to because might as well see if it can continue. So that's a lovely example of turning it around, but without taking undue risk. It was all, we said, 3 strikes and I'm out and all that stuff today. So it's not just doing that. Just got a bit unlucky really on the first couple of attempts there this morning. As far as the trade itself's concerned, I think I mentioned earlier, if the euro dollar is going to continue to come up, then I suspect it will probably want to come up into the 118s. So might as well hold on to this unit and see if it does. If it doesn't, then it rolls over. If it gets up into the 117s later today or this afternoon, then we can certainly move our stops up a little bit more. What's the entry on that last unit? 116.47. So we're not really going to be losing much on that. Can I move it up to 47? Well, maybe once it gets up into the 117s, I could. Yeah, but not yet. So I think a good story there today of how days can go from being negative, but knowing full well what the risk is, to actually turning around. I shall leave that with you. We're seeing it still going higher. And I'll be back next Friday.